And I'll introduce myself. My name is Heidi Muir. I am the Education Services Manager at Seattle Humane. And I wanted to share some of our great foster parents, particularly who are caring for kittens today. Since kitten season is officially underway, mama cats in the Pacific Northwest have babies in spring, summer, and fall, and then they don't usually have babies in the winter. We get a lot this time of year. Soon we'll be looking for homes for many of these kittens, but these are just the babiest of babies right now. So I see a little very white friend on our screen having a bottle, and then Nydia, am I saying your name right? Nydia White?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
great. And who do you have with you today?
So this is Molly, and her brother Daniel is on deck, and we're having sort of pre-dinner right now. Molly and Daniel were part of a litter of 5. I don't know where they came from, and I don't know where Mama went. But Seattle Humane split them because their bottle babies, split them into 2 groups because feeding 5 bottle babies is quite a task.
Yeah, kittens will usually stay with their mom and only drink their mom's milk until they're 4 or 5 weeks old. So how old is Molly?
We're guessing around a little over 4 weeks. They're both just at or over the 1 pound mark. They're doing great. They're actually eating formula mixed with a little bit of baby cat canned food to transition them into eating actual food versus bottled food.
Yeah, so just like human babies, drinking milk to start, and then a little bit of food. And
Yep.
then when they're 6, 7 weeks, then they'll eat food all the time. Oh, it looks like our other 2 friends, it's their dinner time or snack time too. Erika, who do you have with you?
So this is Alder and this is Aspen, and they are about 5 weeks old now. We have just finished our bottles, and they are 100% weaned at this point. So they are eating wet food, cat food, and they came in when they were about 1 week old, and they were in a litter of 5 as well. They came in with their mom, but unfortunately mom had some medical issues, and it was best for her to be separated from her babies. And so I have been bottle feeding these guys since they were 1 week old. So.
No,
wow. And when we're both doing bottle feeding, and you're both very experienced with bottle babies. When they are really little, or I should say, Nydia, when you got Daniel and Molly, how old were they?
Well, we thought they were, I was told they were only about a week, but we figured they were probably closer to 2 weeks when I got them.
But so still really little. So when you first got them, you're probably just exclusively bottle feeding too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
and they've gotten to the point we've been able to stretch it out. But yeah, when you first get them and they're that little, and Erika will attest to this, you're up every couple hours, just like with a human baby, you're feeding around the clock. And it's almost a full-time gig.
It is.
And what are you doing right now with the tissue? Because that's very important too.
We're pottying Molly. So normally if mom's here, mom would stimulate them to help them go to the bathroom. They're starting to explore the litter box, but we help them out by letting them potty into a tissue. It's very, very fun. And we usually do that right after they eat, empty that bladder. All right, does your brother want to eat?
Yes, we're pretty lucky. These guys
We're going to
are
switch out Kittens.
now litter box trained, so they are going potty on their own now.
All right.
Yeah, it's very interesting the difference that even a week can make when you're a teeny tiny kitten.
Absolutely.
Something new happens almost every week until that 8-week mark when they're weaned, they're away from mom, and they're ready to go to new homes. Then they might get bigger. You won't see maybe as much change from week to week. Yeah. And they're quite oh my goodness. And Daniel's got some red on him.
Yeah, he's a red and white boy, very cute. We need to do their nails. That's the other thing with kittens this small. They're just incredibly sharp, and trimming their nails, it's a little bit of a challenge. They're just so small, and kittens don't stay still all that often to get their nails done, but it's something you really have to do because they're used to just digging in with their little tiny paws. All right, don't fight it. There you go.
Yeah, so fostering kittens can be a lot of work, especially when they're really little. It takes a lot of time. Like you said, you're up every couple of hours. What are some other things that are either challenging or fun about fostering kittens who are very small, like these friends are?
So when these guys came in, they were actually kind of sick. And so they had a lot of medications, and they had to get some sub-Q fluids. So in addition to feeding them every 2 hours with bottles, they also had to get fluids twice a day. And they had to have medicines 2 to 3 times a day. So there was a lot of work with these guys, but now they're all healthy, which is wonderful. So it's so much fun to see them play and gain weight and start turning into real big kittens. So, and I am lucky that these two have each other to play with. 2 kittens is 1,000 times easier than 1 kitten, because 1 kitten, they don't have that outlet to wrestle with and learn how to be a cat with. And so you kind of turn into their playmate and who they want to wrestle. And if these guys start getting woken up a little bit, they'll start wrestling with each other. And I am lucky that it's with each other and not with my hands. So.
I like having kittens this little because, I mean, I'm used to them. I see them, but most people don't see kittens this size. And so I have, friends over, although it's a little harder to do with COVID, but most of my friends are vaccinated now. And so they come over and just are amazed and just really, getting to interact with many different people. And I mean, all kittens are fun, but little tiny kittens, oftentimes people get really giddy about, because when you adopt a kitten, they're not this small. So it's very, in fact, a couple vet friends of mine like it when I bring my kittens in for a visit, or just like one of my vets is a friend, so she actually babysat for me when I had some meetings and had the kittens at her house, because they just really like seeing kittens this little and getting to spend time with them.
All right. And my last question for now, and then I'll open up to other questions, is what's different when you fostered kittens with their mom? Because these kittens didn't really get to, grow up with their moms. And so, but I imagine you've also sometimes fostered kittens that have their mom.
So nice. I mean, it's first of all, it's better for the kittens to get mom's milk, and the thing that I love is you just take care of mom and mom takes care of the babies, and, teaches the babies things that are harder for a human to teach them. And, you don't have to, you can leave them alone for a little longer period because mom's there to take care of the babies. Whereas, I've had to arrange my schedule sometimes when I've got bottle babies, or sometimes they just go in their little travel bag and go along with me to wherever I need to go, and, take along a cooler and some food, and so it's nice having mom there to take care of the babies and teach them cat stuff.
Absolutely. I love having a mom cat because she cleans up after them. So they're always cleaner. They can eat whenever they want, not on my schedule, or not the every 2 hours that they would get their bottles. And the kittens are they're meant to be with mom.
Yeah.
I get to sleep through the night when mom is here because she does the overnight feedings, which I really appreciate. So, and she teaches them how to use the litter box and how to clean themselves. And she teaches them how not to bite too hard. So the mom cat really does provide a lot of education for these guys.
Yeah, so everyone, if you ever find kittens that are outside and they're by themselves, it's always a good idea to wait a little while and see if mom comes back, because if at all possible, if they can stay with mom either outside or in a shelter environment, that's going to be better for everybody. Especially you'll notice these kittens, their eyes are open, their ears are kind of a pointy shape, and they're able to move around on their own. I mean, they're a little snoozy because they had their food, but they can move around on their own. If you ever find kittens whose ears are round and their eyes are still closed and they're very, very small, that's what that sort of a newborn kitten looks like. So they're extra needing to wait for their mom to come back before we try and help them.
It's quite probable mom's not far. She's either out getting food for herself. Sometimes she's moving the litter and she can only move them one at a time. So yeah, like you said, it's really a good idea to keep an eye on them. Don't just ignore them, but make sure mom's not nearby or coming back before you just gather up little kittens that you happen upon, unless they're in danger. If they're in some sort of danger right away, yes, but then it would be a good idea to try and see if you can find mom as well.
Yeah, you can move them a little bit. Like, let's say, for example, you found them under your neighbor's car and you're not sure how to tell your neighbor that there's kittens there. You could move them maybe into your neighbor's yard a few feet away where they're not going to be in danger anymore. Mom will find them. Mom will come back to them whether or not you've touched them. So, but she's also probably watching you move her kittens too. She doesn't go very far. All right.